US President Donald Trump's sudden truce with Iran's ally in the Middle East, the Houthis, earlier this month surprised the world. Trump announced that the US will stop bombing Houthi-controlled territory in Yemen after the rebel group promised to stop attacks on American ships in the Red Sea.
But so we take their word for it. It was, we hit them very hard. They had a great capacity to withstand punishment. They took tremendous punishment. And, you could say there's a lot of bravery there. That it was amazing what they took. But we honor their commitment and their word. They gave us their word that they wouldn't be shooting ships anymore, and we honor that.
The US president portrayed the ceasefire with the Houthis as a victory for the US. Trump said that America's bombing campaign forced the Houthis to seek a ceasefire. But a report by the New York Times suggests that the US ran out of options as the Houthis continued to hit American aircraft carriers and vessels in the Red Sea. What was America's plan for the Houthis? Trump had started the bombing campaign to bring the rebel group to heel. The aim of the military campaign was to restore trade routes in the Red Sea. The decision was made because of the Houthi siege on the world's most vital trade route, connecting the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. The Houthi siege crippled global trade. The rebel group attacked ships in a show of support for the Palestinians being killed in Gaza. The Houthis also wanted to force Israel to stop its genocidal war in Gaza. The siege on the vital maritime trade route was a major challenge for Trump after he returned to the Oval Office on the 20th of January. Trump wanted to get the job done against the Houthis with military might. In March, US aircraft carriers were moved to the Middle East. Houthi assets in Yemen were bombed on a daily basis. Trump had initially set a 30-day deadline for results against the Houthis. That was 2 months ago. Reports say that Trump demanded a progress report every day, but the intended results did not arrive. Trump's military campaign against the Houthis turned into another expensive yet inconclusive mission, costing the US over $1 billion within a month. Reports suggest that apart from attacks on US military assets in the Red Sea, several American F-16 and F-35 fighter jets were nearly struck by Houthi air defenses, making the threat of American casualties a possibility. The Houthis downed 7 American MQ-9 Reaper drones. During the Houthi attacks, the US also lost 2 F-A-15 Super Hornets tasked with bombing the Houthis. The US Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, reportedly reached out to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in an effort to come up with a plan that could be showed to Trump. Saudi Arabia had suggested a target list of 12 Houthi leaders whose deaths would cripple the rebel group, but the UAE raised doubts about the plan. The success of the American bombing plans was marred due to leaks by Hegseth that had endangered the lives of American pilots.
One key thing, but really two.
As the American military campaign failed to bring the intended results, officials in the White House became skeptical of extending the mission. Trump also started questioning the success of the plan. Oman reportedly offered Trump a way out during the ongoing Iran-US nuclear deal talks. Muscat suggested that Washington halt the bombing campaign and the Houthis would no longer target American ships in the Red Sea. The deal was cut, and that too without any agreement to stop attacks on Israel-linked vessels. Thus, the goal to bring the Houthis to heel by bombing their assets and military capabilities was changed. Even though Trump failed to achieve his initial objective, he still declared the operation a success after the Houthis promised not to hit American vessels.
To withstand punishment. They took tremendous punishment. And, you could say there's a lot of bravery there.
The Houthis also called the truce a victory with the hashtag Yemen defeats America. From their perspective, that does seem accurate.